Got a noise car? For $29.95, get our Economizer Plus muffler and our nationwide guarantee. Now $29.95. Go safely, go Midas.
This Father's Day, imagine how thrilled Dad will be to wake up to Mach 3. New from Gillette. Give him the best. The first triple blade razor for a shave he'll never forget. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Change, and I was like, she should know. 1-800-CALL-ATT is a guaranteed cheap collect call.
1-800-CALLATT.
My fellow chicken-loving Americans, this is still the land of plenty. Plenty of chicken, plenty of sides,
and plenty of summer fun with Collector's Edition Flying Star Wars Bucket Toppers. Just $1.99 with any KFC purchase while supplies last.
We appreciate the signage here at Pocono International Raceway. The Pocono 500 under caution for that vicious accident involving Dave Marcus up in turn 2. Field's going to get the 1-to-go signal. By the way, I want to say happy birthday to Mike Andrews, who's going to be 29 tomorrow. Mike's in the hospital, a big Bill Elliott fan, and they asked that we say happy birthday to Mike Andrews, who's watching today. 97 laps on the board. Some of the teams choosing to come in and top off just a little bit here. Ricky Rudd comes in, David Green, Johnny Benson, a host of others, mostly those who are at least a lap down, coming in to top off just a bit.
Yeah, that'll help Rick Mast because he did get back in the lead lap now, and he's going to have a little advantage because he waited so long to take off fuel. He's at the back of the pack anyhow, so he's having a great day.
Glenn, we've not talked much about Dale Earnhardt today at Pocono, but he's up to 4th now.
Yeah, Eli, I came down to check in his pit area to see if maybe like Jeremy Mayfield, they had changed 2 tires as well, and they almost hit me. He said, no, we changed 4. They did a 15.2-second pit stop, got Dale Earnhardt out in 4th position. That was a great stop. The stop by his crew, Earnhardt's crew, and Mark Martin's crew, 2 of the best I've ever seen.
I'll tell you, when you were driving, buddy, what was a good pit stop? What were the time parameters?
Eli, if you had a stop in anywhere in the 20-second, like a 21, 22, 23-second stop, that was exceptional. But what they have now, they have the gas cans, they flow them, they'll dump out like you wouldn't believe. Everything, the tires, the wheels, everything are so much easier to get on now than they were way back.
About a half lap away from going green. TNN Motorsports wants to say thank you to you folks who make all of our jobs possible. Yeah, you guys, the racing fans. It is You to Fan Week at TNN. That includes the 130,000 or so on hand here at Pocono. To the millions more watching at home, we want to thank you, and a big salute from everybody also to those of you who are watching today on Armed Forces Television, listening on Armed Forces Radio. Over 800,000 men and women in uniform in over 165 countries. We welcome you to Pocono and to You to Fan Week on TNN.
No, you the man.
You the man. All right, here we go. Green flag about to fly, 2 laps shy of halfway. Only 4 wide that time.
See both Earnhardt and Gordon looking around for a way to pick up a spot.
Yep.
Right with Bill Elliott down in the turn 1. At this point right here, you see him really get right up on Kevin LePage as they start down towards the long punch straightaway.
Elliott's in 15th spot right now. Jeff Gordon in 3rd spot. As well as that car is running, I wonder if Ray Evernham really will cut it up when they get it back to Charlotte.
Brand new car that they built, and it's identical to the car they used to call Butthead. Remember that car? And Ray said, we all tried to build it to the exact specifications of that car. He said, we'd either come up with a great new car or I built myself a new 1995 model.
Speaking of which, he's looking on the inside there, Jeremy Mayfield, as they come down the front straightaway. Jeff Gordon wanting to get into 2nd place and try to catch up to Mark Martin, who's leading.
They really were unhappy with that race car coming into this event. Evernham said this morning they could make it push, they could make it go loose. They just couldn't make it go fast. They readjusted the front fenders on the car. You can see rivets all through it where they readjusted them to try to get the thing to handle better. They did a good job. He's in 2nd spot now.
You've got Earnhardt right there in the mix, too. He's posted
gets up on their feet. They don't need seat rooms right now. Everybody's standing, but Bobby Labonte said, let me by.
And Bobby Labonte will grab that 4th spot away.
Almost. Yes, he finally got it there.
Dale Jarrett right there in the picture as well. But here they come to the crossed flags. Halfway here at the Pocono 500. Mark Martin continuing to lead. There goes a good spread. Look that shot. You need to see everybody going wide. There you see the story at halfway. Not the biggest of percentages. By the way, Mark Martin continuing the lead, and that means more money for the Big Brother and Big Sisters organization. Valvoline is donating all sorts of money for every race. Oh, problems for Robert Presley. Problems for Robert Presley. Caution, lap number 101. So Robert Presley gobbled up by Pocono International Raceway. And you see him just waiting for an opportunity to bring the Jasper Engines machine around. As we were saying, Mark Martin gets money from Valvoline that's donated to Big Brother and Big Sisters for every race that he wins, for every Bud Pole he gets, and for every lap he leads. And they've already donated some $122,000 to Big Brother and Big Sister. And they're adding to that total today.
See Robert Presley's car there, the whole left side flat where he got up into the wall. Brakes loose right there. On the driver's side, goes up hard into the outside wall.
Started with 3 wide. Can't do that here at Pocono. You can do it on the straightaway, right? This big front straightaway, but you don't want to try to do it in the turns, not any of them.
But Robert's going to make it around to the pits for repairs to that car. Folks, the TNN Pedal to the Metal sweepstakes underway. If you can write down that Mark Martin was the leader at halfway, you can win the grand prize, Ford F-150 4x4 pickup truck, or another prize, one of 4 trips to NASCAR Winston Cup races, aired right here on TNN. Just jot down your name, the age, your address, phone number, and the name of Mark Martin on the postcard. Send it to that address you see on the screen, or enter online at country.com, and you might just be the winner. And the entry deadline to win a trip to the next race, the Jiffy Lube 300, that deadline is June the 28th. So enter and make sure you jot down the name of Mark Martin. Robert Presley in for service, while those in the pit vista here at Pocono look on just past halfway.
There's a lot of reasons why so many people who take care of their cars turn to AutoZone each week. The low prices on the replacement parts they really need, and the large selection of the things they simply want. But most of all, they come to AutoZone because of the helpful, friendly people who work there. The kind of folks who know their stuff and who'll go the extra mile to help you out. Because after all, taking pride in taking care of people is what AutoZone is all about.
NASCAR Winston Cup racing is the fastest growing sport in America, and Pocono Raceway is one of NASCAR's most competitive tracks. The sights and sounds of NASCAR Winston Cup racing are awesome. Experience the excitement for yourself. All the cars and stars of today's race return to Pocono in 5 weeks for the July 25th Pennsylvania 500. Pocono Raceway has added 15,000 high-rise grandstand and 2,000 club seats in 1999. Order your tickets now. Call toll-free 1-800-RACEWAY. That's 1-800-RACEWAY. Operators are standing by.
The Jiffy Lube 300, July 11th at 1 Eastern on TNN. Welcome back to Pocono. Folks, if you've never been here, even if you have, you cannot believe the transformation here at the Pocono International Raceway. That is the brand new garage area that debuted here this week. The Mattioli family making the improvements that they have always wanted to make, the dollars available. They have now built some beautiful garages. Brand new grandstands have been added to this track that has hosted stock car races of all sorts since 1971. Dr. Joe and Rose Mattioli and George Ewald, the whole crew here, needing to be congratulated, because Joe is finally realizing the dream. He said, we've got the financial wherewithal to make the changes and make the improvements the way we want to. And they have come up with a beautiful complex new media center and all. It really is first class.
And what a struggle it's been, Eli. I was here for some of the very first races when there was a 3/4-mile racetrack here in the infield, and just the outline of what was going to be Joe Mattioli's dream of a 2.5-mile super speedway. He patched together the financing, went through a lot of rough times, but always hung on to his dream, and it is now a real nice racetrack, and the drivers and crews are so appreciative of that new grandstand.
Yeah, we mentioned Dakar races have been here since '71. That's when USAC ran here. NASCAR didn't come in until '74. Dave Marcus is heading to the ambulance, Steve, but obviously we saw him walk into the infield care center in the ambulance. What's the deal?
Yeah, they're just loading Dave in, and he had a little cut on his chin. His business manager, Dwayne Leake, is here. Dwayne, what can you tell us about Dave's condition?
I mean, he took a hell of a hit, so I mean, he's just kind of shaken up from the whole thing, and he's got some cuts in ankle, some chest stuff. So I mean, it looks like it'd be all right, but I mean, he's kind of shaken up pretty good.
Where will he go from here?
They're taking him up to, I guess, a Wilkes-Barre, and then we're gonna go up there and see what's kind of going on tonight.
Okay, that was Dwayne Leake, the business manager for Dave Marcus.
But again, the fact we saw Dave walk from his race car to the ambulance, albeit with some assistance, was encouraging. But I don't care if you're a man of 22. That was a lick that's going to shake your bones.
Eli, when you hit head-on like that, 9 out of 10 times you move forward in the shoulder harness itself, even though you do have an extra belt there to keep it from, but it's real hard on the sternum area. I'm sure right now that's very sore, and they'll check him over well.
Again, if you're just tuning in, though it's not from this particular caution, this is what happened to Dave at lap number 90. It looks savage in slow motion. Imagine what it looked like and felt like at 180 miles an hour. We're back in a moment.
Whenever you see racetracks around the world, you usually see Mobil 1 signs. So many people think that Mobil 1 synthetic is only for high-performance cars. Well, let me dispel that myth for you right now. Mobil 1 can improve the performance of almost any car while protecting the engine even under the most severe conditions. So, for the same reason the race guys use Mobil 1, so should you.
Nothing outperforms Mobil 1.
If these walls could talk, they wouldn't tell you about the quality wood Fleetwood craftsmen use, but about 6-year-olds making s'mores for the first time. And they might not mention our brand name appliances, but they would tell you of surprise birthday parties. Because at Fleetwood, we know the quality that counts most in a home is the quality of life inside. Fleetwood Homes. Quality for life. Call 1-800-350-2300 for a Fleetwood Homes retailer near you.
We're here at a NASCAR race to take a survey. First question, does anyone sell as many high-quality auto parts as Napa? That'd be a no. Does anyone sell more hard-to-find parts than Napa? No again. Does anyone have as many ASE-certified employees? Last question, would you like to get paid for this survey? Just checking. Napa, over 200,000 parts, and everyone's important.
We're talking rugged, we're talking fun. You ride the best and the job gets done. Polaris ATVs are made in the USA.
We're talking tough. 56. 56. Buy a new Polaris ATV now with payments as low as $56 a month. See your Polaris dealer for details.
Polaris ATVs, we're talking tough.
TNN Motorsports live coverage of the Pocono 500 is being brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Napa, we keep America running. And by Polaris ATVs. If you're going to ride, ride the best. Polaris. Over-the-road transit for this broadcast provided by Ryder Transportation Services. Welcome back, everybody. Mark Martin leads. That is Ward Burton running in 7th, about a half lap away from the green. Let's get the latest on the Caterpillar car.
Eli, they have a problem with some ducting hanging off the nose of the car. Trent Bruce is working on a piece that he's fabricating here that when they get an opportunity to bring Ward into the pit area, they're going to try to put this up underneath the nose of the car. What they hope to do is get that ducting back up out of the area of the airflow, and then hopefully the push in the car that Ward is currently experiencing will go away. You can see Trent pulling up the nose. What they're going to do is try to rivet this right to the front nose piece. Glenn?
Well, Ralph, I moved down to the pole sitter Sterling Marlin's pits, and he had fallen way, way behind, and I knew there was something wrong with the car. Sterling got into the wall coming off of turn 3 or 6 or 8 or 9, whatever that flat turn is down there, and he cocked the rear end of the car. They brought him in several times under the pits here. They've got the rear end straightened out. He should be okay now. We're back to racing.
Indeed we are, as we're back at lap 106 of 200. Martin, Gordon, Mayfield, Bobby Labonte, and Dale Jarrett, and look at that bump and go.
Aha!
Jeff Gordon trying to use the inside groove.
Mark Martin just drove it on down in the corner out there. They're going to come off the corner, and the 6th car, Mark Martin, gets the drive.
And you know that Jeff Gordon is thinking 5 bonus points right now. That's what he's looking for.
And he'll get it because now going down in the tunnel turn, he gets that position and takes the lead.
So Jeff Gordon showing the way here at Pocono. This would be the 9th straight Pocono race he has led.
Mark Martin's falling back. He's dropped about 3 positions. I don't know what's gone wrong with the car, whether it's has a handling problem or what, but he did drop back some.
Look at Dale Jarrett. Around Dolan back, bringing a host of guys with him.
Kyle Petty on the inside of Mark Martin going down, trying to get by him there, going down to turn 1.
22 on the lead lap. Ward Burton right in the middle of that mix. And here comes Jeremy Mayfield trying to wind it up. And look at the tape there on Mayfield's car being pulled back by the wind.
That's nothing to worry about. That's what we call 200-mile-an-hour duct tape. They put it on the front of these cars. He had a little damage in a wreck earlier, right on that nose part right there. They put that tape on there. Hey, if that makes it run like it, they'll probably put another strip on it and let it fly.
As long as it doesn't close off the radiator opening, he'll be fine.
So Jeremy Mayfield, who won here last year, trying to hold off the challenge of Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon awfully strong down the straightaway. That kind of knocks their theory about that fender sticking out in the air, hurting his straightaway speed, is certainly not doing that.
And you can see it. That left rear fender is sticking right out. It just hooks the air. It's amazing he's running as well as he is.
That was still Jeff Gordon who led that last lap by literally half an inch.
Mark Martin working with the 24 car, Jeff Gordon, as they go down in the tunnel turn. Bobby Labonte just behind them. Dale Jarrett right with them as they go down through the tunnel turn.
Riding with Mark Martin now. Heading to turn 3. You see Mayfield to his outside.
Oh, don't do it. I thought he was coming down. That's a bad place to get touched right there.
Kind of an off-camber kind of situation.
Yes, it is, and the car is very light in the back.
Look at Ward going 7 or 8 wide in the cat car.
That's neat. Coming off that flat turn, they just fan out.
Bobby Labonte looking on the outside of Mark Martin as we watch Dale Jarrett really make a run towards the front.
Jarrett's been strong all day. So is this 18 of Bobby Labonte.
Listen to the motor scream as they head down in the tunnel turn there. Mark Martin getting the outside.
Jeremy Mayfield finally broke through with that first win here a year ago, passing his boyhood idol Darrell Waltrip late in the race.
Well, Dale Jarrett right now, the way that car is moving through the corners, he must have gotten that car balanced out the way he wants it, because that thing is a rocket ship down the straightaway. Tony Stewart back there in the orange car looking on the inside of Jimmy Spencer as they head down into turn 1.
He's in 9th, Stewart is. Jimmy Spencer, he is in 26th, a lap down.
Oh, this is neat.
Jarrett, power move. Give him the lead again here at Pocono.
Crowd is on its feet.
That would be a car I would want to draft right now, I think.
If you can hang on, if you can hang on to it.
Yeah, that'd be a car you'd want to own right about now. Jared says he doesn't really know why that car is as good as it is. He says it's hard to tell. It just feels good. It responds to all the changes they put in it. And, boy, it's running as well today as it did at Michigan last week.
Saw Martin get around Mayfield. The 6 past the 12. Now we're riding with Bobby Labonte in that mix.
Bobby Labonte has a lot of trust in the 12 car there. Jeremy Mayfield on the outside, but he has the preferred line. He should get that spot without much trouble.
I'd have thought Jeremy would bring the car that he won with last year, but they didn't. This is a different car. They said that they've come up with something a little bit better than last year, so this is not the same one that they won with.
And for the tail turn, 2x2 there. Jeremy, you're in trouble.
Yep, here comes Ward.
Not the place to be. Ward Burton will grab the spot. Kyle Petty in the 44, not on the lead lap. He's a lap down in 25th. But you know, Jeremy's always run well here. You think back in 95 when he was just on the scene, his first and only top 10 of that year was here at Pocono when he finished 8th.
I think it has a lot to do with the racetrack they learned to drive on up in Nashville, Tennessee. The racetrack is very, very hard to get the cars hooked up. You have to use a lot of finesse as far as getting off the corner. This is a finesse racetrack.
Jeff Gordon in second. Right behind Dale Jarrett. Something for everybody at this racetrack. Mid-stages of the Pocono 500.
Sleek. Sophisticated. Stylish. And yet with an exhilarating V6. Chevy Monte Carlo lets you express that hidden part of your personality, just dying to get out.
Mr. Freeman. How are you? Tommy?
Monte Carlo. The side you show the world is up to you.
This summer, if you can dream it up, Sonic can put it in a cup. We've got hundreds of drink flavors you can mix and match. Plus, our 44-ounce Route 44 big drinks. Enough choices to let your dreams run wild.
Sonic America's driving.
Peterball Mounds, chocolate coconut mounds. When life is like a freight train, about to crush your feet, just grab a Mounds and get away.
It's a 5-minute vacation.
What a wonderful treat, Mounds.
Experience the sounds of NASCAR Rocks. This summer, join CBS as NASCAR hits the road with concerts featuring today's hottest performers. Feel the rush of NASCAR Rocks.
The Real McCoys. Weekdays premiering June 28th on TNN.
Yeah, I get overlooked. As far as days of the week go, I'm just kind of stuck in the middle. People call me Hump Day. Thanks. But thanks to Golden Corral, I've got my pride back. Right now, you can get all the sirloin steak and golden fried shrimp you can eat on the buffet for an amazing low price. But you can only get it on Wednesdays. Yeah, Wednesdays. I'm the man!
There you see the front cars. Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon. They have half a second on third place. Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte fourth, Ward Burton fifth. Jeremy Mayfield all the way back to sixth now, buddy.
Eli, as long as he was up there with the first 4 cars and they were all battling back and the air was stirred up pretty well, that nose damage didn't hurt him that much. But you can tell right now when he got in clean air, that nose damage he has right there on the nose of that race car the tape's pulled back, and it's actually lifting the nose of the car, so he's going through a pretty hard time right now. They'll have to retape that to get him back up to speed.
Is that going to be enough, Glenn, just to retape it, or what else do they have planned?
Well, Eli, that's the main thing they want to do right now. They see the tapes coming off. They're watching the television monitor down in the pit, and they know that that's causing a lot of problems for Jeremy. Kills the downforce on the nose of the car, and we were watching when he was in traffic there, like Buddy says, when he's right up under somebody, it's fine, but when he's out in clean air, it lifts the nose of the car and makes it push, and he can't keep it down on the racetrack the way he wants to and run the kind of speeds through the corner. So, yeah, I think that's the first thing they're going to do is to try to tape that nose so that he's got a little bit of aero package on the car.
Jeremy Mayfield running in 6th ahead of Dale Earnhardt now in 7th. If you're a Robert Presley fan or a Dick Trickle fan, both of those cars have just now gone to the garage area. So the attrition list right now includes Rusty Wallace, Joe Nemechek, Jeffrey Bodine, Jeff Burton has been on and off the racetrack. He's back on now. Dave Marcus, Robert Presley, and Dick Trickle.
Here comes Tony Stewart. Now he's looking on the inside of Earnhardt down the front straightaway with Ernie Irvin right behind him.
Dave, Tony Stewart.
Not yet. Catching Earnhardt and passing him are two different things.
He made some gutsy moves across the tunnel turn a little while ago. Tony Stewart did.
The one thing he's not short on, that's bravery. I've watched him run on dirt tracks and open wheel cars, and I'll tell you what, he'd go bear hunting with the switch. He's a tough little fella.
He was good in the midget, good in the sprint car, good in the Silver Crown car. So-so in a Busch Series car, but he is terrific in a Winston Cup car. Former IRL champion.
Of course, as we mentioned, Tony had a tough time in his very first trip around this track when he crashed here a couple of weeks ago. I was curious the other day whether that bothered him as he prepared here today for race day.
Well, I did for a little while, but once I got back to the shop and everybody's explained to me how many good race car drivers have crashed here, you know, it took a little bit of the pressure off, I guess, from the standpoint to just, you know, it was a learning deal. If you don't crash a car every now and then, they don't think that you're trying hard enough. So it made everybody think I'm human finally, and in the shop at least. And you know, it was something I learned something from. And as long as when you have an accident like that and you can learn from it, then it's a plus.
Rookies are doing real well today. Stewart right now running an A spot. Steve Park would also not run here at Pocono on the big racetracks, running in 11th position.
Dale Jarrett leading, Jeff Gordon second, Mark Martin running third. You know, each of those guys finished in the top 5 in both races here at Pocono last year. Jarrett was 3rd and 5th. Jeff Gordon was 2nd and 1st. Mark Martin was 5th and 2nd. So, again, Glenn, I guess we shouldn't be surprised, huh?
No, that's those guys always seem to have a pretty good package for this racetrack. And talking about Jeff Gordon, I just talked to Ray Evernham. He says that Ray says that Jeff is saying the car's a little bit loose right now. The next regularly scheduled pit stop is not until around lap 135, so he's just going to have to ride it out right now. Normally, when a car's up real close behind another one like Jeff is to Dale Jarrett, it'll tend to make the car a little tight, but Jeff's reporting a loose condition right now. He's just going to have to ride it out.
And we're just at lap number 118, so referencing Glenn's lap 135 there, you can tell it's going to be just a bit. There's 3rd and 4th place, Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte. Right behind them is Ward Burton. We're at lap 119 of 200. That'll make up the distance in today's Pocono 500.
Pep Boys knows how to give you a great deal on tires. They don't run specials on just one size. Pep Boys discounts every size in stock. That means all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for $99. All 70,000-mile tires are 4 for only $169. Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires and protect your tires with a computerized wheel alignment. Cars, trucks, or SUVs now only $44.99. Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
Eagle One A to Z wheel cleaner removes stubborn brake dust easily. And Eagle One Wet Tire Shine applies a clear high gloss shine instantly. But why does NASCAR winner Mark Martin use premium Eagle One products exclusively?
And the winner, Mark Martin, When you're in the spotlight, you always want to look your best.
Eagle One A to Z Wheel Cleaner and Eagle One Wet Tire Shine for the perfect finish. Eagle One, are you ready for the attention?
Edgar and I have so much in common. It's like we were long-lost brothers. We both have larger-than-average ears.
And we both have pretty straight hair.
It's creepy. And get this. We both love the taste of Miller Lite because of the choice hops. It's like we were separated at birth.
Actually, George, I think Miller Lite tastes great because it's smooth.
Excuse me?
I like the smoothness.
Who are you?
Miller Lite, the great taste of a true Pilsner beer.
This is a sport where the work of weeks and months is measured in hundredths of a second. This is a sport where glory and fortune can all come down to a gallon of gas. This is a sport where fans buy seats they never sit in, and they couldn't be happier about it. This is a sport that truly revolves around its fans. In fact, the drivers even go door to door to get the fans to come to the track. This is NASCAR.
Back at Pocono, Dale Jarrett still leading Jeff Gordon. Hey, quick reminder, want everybody to know that TNN Motorsports is now offering official NASCAR merchandise, including all the die-cast collectibles that you might want to add to your collection. As Gordon grabs the lead, you can call that number you see on the screen and pick up the latest in NASCAR collectible merchandise from TNN Motorsports. Well, Gordon's been strong there all day, but Jarrett's has the oomph here on the main straightaway.
Eli, it looked like Dale Jarrett right now just doing what he wants to do out there. I think he let Jeff Gordon go by just that second. Maybe check his line out, see what he's doing now. You see him looking to the inside. He says, well, I don't see anything I'm impressed with there. I think I'll just move back up.
Jarrett's got everything he needs. He's got a ton of horsepower. The car is handling beautifully. There's no body damage on it at all.
You wonder where that right rear fender that's bowed out on Gordon's car, and we can see it particularly coming off 3 on that main straightaway shot, that head-on shot. You wonder where it's really hurting him the most, because he's got to be catching, not so much from that angle, but from the other side. He's going to be scooping up air.
Absolutely, and that could have something to do with the loose condition they're talking about, because his car, it looked like a little parachute right there on that right corner. My drawing's not so good, but you can see that dark part sticking out. That's almost like a parachute on the back of the 24.
Vincent Van Gogh,
I got the idea.
Just imagine how much faster he would be if that was not there.
Why don't we set the field for you behind Jarrett and Gordon? The front 2, or as you can see, about a car length or so apart. You drop back 1 4/10 seconds to Bobby Labonte, and then behind Bobby you go another second back to Mark Martin. That's your top 4 right there. Then from Mark Martin, you pull further back, way back. You've got Chad Little in the car 97. He's running in 37th, 20 laps down. And there's the 22 of Ward Burton, who is in 5th. He's 4.9 seconds behind the leader, Dale Jarrett. Then you pull back and wait for Tony Stewart to come in the screen. He is 6th right now, 7 7/10 seconds back of the race leader. Behind him, you've got Jeremy Mayfield. That's where he is backslid to. They're the Mobil 1 team right there, along with Ernie Irvin. They are each 9.5 seconds back, battling for positions 7 and 8 on the lead lap. Then back further, you've got Dale Earnhardt, car number 3. He's 9th, 10.2 seconds back. Kyle Petty in the 44. He's in 25th, a lap down. And the 4, that's Bobby Hamilton, who is on the lead lap in 10th. So Hamilton battling with the 3 of Earnhardt for position. Steve Park, he's in 11th. He is 10 7/10 seconds back of the race leader. Then the 75, Ted Musgrave, a good one, always runs well at Pocono. He is in 12th, 11 1/10 back of the leader. Then Jimmy Spencer comes into view. He's in 26th right now. He is a lap down, Spencer is. Behind him on the racetrack is Kenny Wallace in car 55. He's 32nd. He is 3 laps down. Made a few unscheduled stops today, Kenny has. Next on the racetrack is Bill Elliott, who is in 13th on the lead lap. And there is Bill right now as we ride with him across the tunnel turn. He is 13 seconds behind the race leader, Dale Jarrett. behind him, you've got Mike Skinner. He is in the position on the lead lap in 14th spot. Kevin LePage in the 16. He too on the lead lap. They're 14th and 15th. Skinner and LePage are 14 and a half behind. Then Rich Bickle in car 45. He's 33rd. Bickle is a couple of laps down. Again, LePage battling Skinner. That is for position. Behind those cars right there as LePage makes the pass and grabs 14th. You've got Kenny Schrader in 34th spot, car 33. Schrader is 4 laps down. Gives you an idea of what these guys deal with, albeit back in 15th and 16th spot. You see them head back off in turn number 1. LePage to hold on to that spot now, taking it from Skinner. Then further back, next in line, you've got Ricky Rudd in car number 10. Ricky is being shown in 16th spot, 17 seconds back. The 98 right behind him is Rick Mast. He's also on the lead lap. Rick, you see him if you look rearward from Ricky Rudd. Rick Mast is in 17th, 17 and a half seconds back as well. Then we pull further back, you'll see Sterling Marlin behind Chad Little. We saw Chad a while ago. We'll go bypast him into the 40 of Sterling Marlin. He is on the lead lap right now in 18th spot. The 21 is Elliott Sadler. He is in 27th position, 2 laps down, driving for the Wood Brothers. And that is Elliott Sadler right now. See him shifting as he heads towards turn number 1.
189 miles an hour. He's just a little bit off of the top speed of some of the faster cars out there, but Elliott Sadler's getting a lot of experience right now, and I guarantee you before it's all over, he'll be one of the front runners.
And then continuing our run down through the field, you've got the 26 of Johnny Benson. He's 28th right now. Johnny is being shown a lap down. Then Jerry Nadeau on the racetrack. He is in 29th spot. It's trouble. Kenny Irwin. Caution on the speedway. Everybody gets walked down. Kenny Irwin.
You can see flame coming out of the car. There was nothing wrong with it. That's unspent fuel. Then the exhaust pipes itself when he was trying to refire the car there.
Kenny was on the lead lap in 19th spot.
See his hood, roof flaps there, they have already employed on top of the car, so he went all the way around.
Caution on the speedway right now.
6th time it comes out, lap 128. So the leader, Dale Jarrett, as the field will sort itself out. Certainly you're not going to go from here.
No, but one thing, as you were going back through the field just then, Bobby Labonte was absolutely flying. He was almost a mile an hour a lap faster than the front 2 cars.
Taking a look at what happened to Kenny Irwin before. Let's see the incident with Michael Waltrip behind him.
You can see Darrell Waltrip. That's Terry Labonte right there. Michael Waltrip in the 7 gets into the back of him, makes him wiggle just a little bit. He spins there. He did not collect the wall, though. He just spun around and down to the inside of the racetrack. Watch the 7 car. Michael Waltrip right here. He nudges him.
That's all she took.
Doesn't take much here. Really doesn't.
Whoa, Andretti. John just missed him.
John is very good in those situations. He is about as good as anybody at avoiding trouble. He went through that wreck early on here in the race on lap number 2. Went right through a whole bunch of stuff. Didn't hurt the race car.
Wally Dallenbach was eyeball to eyeball with Kenny Irwin as he was spinning there. Luckily, they didn't make contact.
They'll reset that roof flap when they make their pit stop here in just a moment.
Irwin had a couple of good finishes coming to Pocono. He was 10th at Dover, 11th at Michigan. Last year at June, he started 36th and finished 11th, past 25 cars here at Pocono this race in 1998.
And Kenny has top 15 finishes now in his last 3 races. So things are starting to turn for that Texaco Haviland team. It's amazing what seat time can do for you in this business, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And let me explain something. Michael Waltrip was right up behind him there, and if the 28 car checked up any at all, they were so close he couldn't avoid touching him at that point of the racetrack, and that's what caused the spin.
All right, all the leaders coming in. These stops will be at lap 130. These stops at lap 130. Jarrett the leader, 24 Gordon in second, 18 Labonte in third. Go to Ralph.
Well, Dale Jarrett is in being serviced. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment to the right rear. They're going to take a half a round out of the left rear as well. They will take 4 tires of fuel. They even got a guy over the wall to clean the windshield. Good clean for him. Steve Ralph Labonte service is finished. No adjustments. 4 tires and gas. Let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
Gordon just pulled away. They got 4 tires and fuel also, Steve. They were talking about putting around in the Pandar's bar to try to tighten the car up. Jeff didn't want to go that radical. He told Ray Evernham just to do air pressure adjustments, try to snug the car up a little bit.
Mark Martin's team getting the job done. We saw them earlier with some great pit stops. Watch this from onboard Kenny Irwin.
Okay, he's right behind Terry Labonte. Hear him in the throttle. Oh, they make contact right there.
Look at him trying to catch the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Look at that work.
It's a handful and then some. Under caution. Lap 130 here at Pocono International Raceway. 70 laps from the finish of the Pocono 500.
It knows 2 speeds. Stop and go. It just beat a series of the toughest stop-and-go driving tests in the world, and it's brand new. Go ahead. Guess. You have 4.3 seconds. Introducing Pennzoil with new Pure Base. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
Want to know the secret of the spicy bowl porterhouse at the Palm Steakhouse? A1 bold and spicy in the marinade with a spark of Tabasco pepper sauce. Oh yeah, A1 bold and spicy, the steakhouse secret.
Got a noisy car? For $29.95, get our Economizer Plus muffler and our nationwide guarantee. Now $29.95. Go safely, go Midas.
TNN's Hot Summer Nights gets even hotter on Saturdays. That's when TNN turns up the heat with high-speed action from the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series, the American Speed Association, and the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. It's fireworks that will last all July. Saturday night at the races. A prime-time race every Saturday night, starting July 10th on TNN's Hot Summer Nights month.
Drivers, race teams, and race fans, the 99 Team Simpson Racing Catalog's now available. For more information, call 1-800-71-RACIN or visit the Simpson website at simpsonraceproducts.com and join Team Simpson today. Mack Trucks are furnished by Clement Chevy Mack Sales. For all your truck and tractor needs, call Clement at 1-800-369-MACK. Winnebago Industries, the official motorhome of TNN Motorsports. For information on Winnebago Industries products or the Winnebago Motorsports team, call 1-800-643-4892.
Mark Martin leads the Pocono 500. Glad you're with us. Eli Gold, Buddy Baker, Dick Berggren, Glenn Jarrett, Ralph Shaheen, and Steve Burns. Let me ask you, it's clear nobody can go from here on fuel. What do they look like? What's the fuel window, and how far can these guys go towards the finish now?
Eli, talking to some of the crew chiefs prior to the race, they said 38, maybe 40 laps, but that would be pushing it. So, yes, they will have to stop for gas one more time. Just spoke with Greg Zippadelli, the crew chief for Tony Stewart on the 20, and as you guys have noted, they've had just a tremendous, consistent run for the first time he's been on this racetrack. They made a minor chassis adjustment that time, raised the track bar just a bit, obviously 4 tires and gas. Let's go to Ralph. Steve, for Mark Martin, he's a little tight right now. They made a half-pound air adjustment in the right rear, and that was just about it. He's good to go from there. Glenn Jarrett?
Well, move down to Jeremy Mayfield's pits, guys, to check on that nose problem that they had. They tried to take that tape off and start over, but when they went to fix it earlier, they pop-riveted that tape to the car, and so they couldn't get it off. And so they made a chassis adjustment to try to free the car up. The push is primarily, like we were seeing earlier, when if he gets up behind another car and takes the air off the nose, that's when it seems to be the very, very worst. But they didn't get it fixed the way they want to, but the car's not running all that bad.
At least we know they use first-class pop rivets. No question about that. There you see the pit summary, so you know who's where. Mark Martin from 4th to 1st, and Ward Burton coming out of the short end of the exchange. Tire stops for everybody here at Pocono under caution, and tires are always a big story when you come to a super speedway. How big is Goodyear's impact? Let's learn from Glenn.
We're going to do a tire story with a little bit different slant on it. We're down here at the Goodyear Tire Mounting Center, where the guys mount all the tires for the Winston Cup cars for a weekend of racing here at Pocono. Now, these guys over here to the left, these are some of the guys that mount these tires. Pretty big, sturdy-looking guys. How many tires do they mount? Well, there's 43 cars in the field. Each car gets 60 tires. That's 15 sets. That's a total of 2,580 tires. There's 12 of these guys that do that. That means that each one of these guys mounts 215 tires apiece. They weigh 75 pounds. That's a total of 16,025 pounds of tires that each one of these guys mounts. Folks, that's 8 tons of tires. But let's go a little bit further. Let's talk about the money. 60 tires per car times $374 per tire. State sales tax 6% is included in that. $21,180 per race car times 43 race cars. $965,350 worth of tires that these guys mount on the weekend. These are pretty tough guys. I'm not going to mess with them, but I'm going to ask them to excuse me right now because I want to go find out about getting a Goodyear tire distributorship. See you guys.
Those are some impressive numbers.
Well done, too. Yeah.
That's a lot of big-time stuff right there. Here's some other good numbers to look at. Roush Racing and how they are faring. Jeff Burton, of course, today in 41st. He's 56 laps down. Mark Martin is the race leader. Chad Little's had problems. He's 35th today. Johnny Benson has been in and out of the mix throughout the course of the afternoon. He finds himself in 28th. And Kevin LePage is in 13th on the lead lap. And there's the cat in the hat, Jack Roush himself. Green flag. Lap 134 of 200.
Wow, Gordon started to move to the inside. Martin would have nothing to do with that, so he's going to try him on the outside. If he pulls that off, he definitely is made out of hero material.
Outside passes in turn number 1, nothing you see all that often.
Kyle Petty laps down, but looking awful racing. He's been dicing with the leaders for a whole bunch of laps.
Yeah, he's a lap down at 25th, but you're right, he's right there among the fastest cars of the day.
Well, this is probably one of the most dangerous parts of the race is on a restart. When the tires are not up to pressure yet, they drop the air pressure, and as they run along and the tire gets hotter, of course, the air pressure comes up. So right now, it's like riding on a bag of worms almost. That thing is not handling like you want it to. So these laps right now, they really have to be cautious.
In the middle of all that, some pretty good battles for position. Bobby Hamilton in the 4. And Dale Earnhardt just ahead of him, or behind him there. They swapped the position around on the racetrack now. Earnhardt ahead of Hamilton. They're working 6th and 7th. As you see, NASCAR timing and scoring. Brought to you by OnNet from MCI WorldCom, your one connection to the world.
Tony Stewart just behind Jeremy Mayfield. Jeremy's car is easy to see. There's a piece of tape on the left front for anybody just joined us. You can see it flapping in the breeze there. It don't seem to hurt the car as long as it's in a lot of traffic, but he gets out by himself in the front of the car, lifts up, very hard to steer in the corner.
Chunk of aluminum hooked to that piece of tape as well. They had tried to plug up the front of the grill area to solve an aerodynamic problem caused by damage, but came undone.
Ward Burton in the the 22, following right through behind Jeremy Mayfield there.
I went there last year on a cruise. Came undone. Never mind. Okay, enough of that. Here comes Tony Stewart just behind Jeff Burton. These two cars are capable of running with the leaders, but right now they have pretty bad track position. They need to get up through these flat traffic and get back up to the front.
A lot of time yet. The Tony Stewart in that orange number 20, battling with Bobby Hamilton.
Well, you hear all the time about how intense the race drivers' lives are. Tony Stewart got to Pocono and unwrapped his fishing gear. He's caught 9 bass on 2 nights since he's been here. He said nothing big enough to clean, but fun to catch them anyway.
We went fishing at one of the lakes up here at Pocono. Very frustrating. I remember going out, seriously, went out there one time and dropped the line in. The first 3 times I put the line in, the fish just jumped in the boat, one of those little lakes up here, and then the rest of the 2.5 hours we were up there, not even a nibble. So I don't even have the luck that Tony Stewart does on the racetrack or on the fishing pond. That's the battle for the lead, and there's the legendary Morris Metcalf, NASCAR's chief of timing and scoring. He'll retire after next year's Daytona 500.
Hi, I'm Jeff Burton with an exciting message for NASCAR fans. Buy any Exide NASCAR Select product and get a Motorola pager free. It's a great way to enter the Exide NASCAR Select 99 sweepstakes. Every month you'll be paged with another chance to win cool prizes. You could even win $50,000 and be an honorary member of the Exide Racing Team Pit Crew for the first race of the next century. Look for details wherever Exide NASCAR Select is sold.
Holy, man, I gotta find a phone.
I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert, bare, man.
If the technology of SuperGuard motor oil can protect these high-performance engines, imagine how it'll perform in your new Ford Taurus SHO. Visit our website, Citgo.com, and you could win a 1999 Ford Taurus SHO or one of 500 other valuable prizes when you play the SuperGuard Online 500 Racing Challenge. Register to win at Citgo.com.
I've been everywhere.
Hey, with just moments before the new millennium, the dreaded Y2K bug still threatens worldwide bank disruption and computer failure.
Introducing Polaroid Pop Shots, the 10-shot, one-time use instant camera. Polaroid Pop Shots. See what develops.
You know what I call this?
Dancing.
No, it's the collect call with 1-800-CALLATT. Just dial right down the center of the phone. CALLATT for guaranteed cheap collect calls. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT.
You got feet that sweat for a living, and you get athlete's foot. Smart guys know comfort comes in yellow. New improved Desinex powder, it gets rid of the fungus and absorbs twice as much moisture as Tenactin. Desinex soothes while it cures for comfortable feet.
Welcome back, everybody, as we continue from Pocono International Raceway in Pennsylvania. That's the battle for the lead. Mark Martin ahead of Jeff Gordon. Bobby Labonte, that green car, along with Dale Jarrett in the blue. They have pulled away now by 2.5 seconds from Ernie Irvan, who has gotten himself a superb 5th place run going. Earnhardt, Mayfield, Ward Burton, all the other cars that are in the mix among those on the lead lap.
Best run of the year for Ernie Irvan so far.
Saw Robert Presley, the slow car there on the inside of the racetrack, just coming out of the garage. Got a brief glimpse of him. Robert's 35 laps down.
Yeah, that car shouldn't be that competitive from here on out because it took a hard hit on the driver's side.
You see Mark Martin out here leading the race. They had time trials for the qualifying sessions on Friday, and boy, Pocono puts a ton of fans, an absolute ton of fans in the pit area. They all stand behind the concrete wall. Mark Martin turned the corner, and he just started to sign autographs, and he signed, and he signed, and he signed, and he signed until the last minute when he scooted up to his race car, jumped into it. Pocono provides, even for Winston Cup, abnormal accessibility, and it's guys like Mark Martin that help bring the fans here.
He's one of the most liked of all the drivers. I mean, you can tell who they really like when they qualify, and when he goes out on the racetrack, fans just come alive because he has that relationship with the fans.
He runs so well here, too. He's led 7 out of the last 8 races here, including today 3 poles, 7 top 10s in a row. Hard to believe he's never won at Pocono.
Yeah, really has. A lot of good race car drivers have never mastered this racetrack. Dale Jarrett, meanwhile, led most recently from laps 123 through 130. We're now at lap 141. There he is. Let me go down to the Jarrett pit. Are they all satisfied with the way the 88 car's dialed in?
No, they're not, Eli. Right now, Dale Jarrett's a little bit on the loose side. He radioed in just a few laps ago, told Todd Jarrett his crew chief he was loose. They said hang in there, and they're going to have one more pit stop to go before this race is done.
All right, Ralph, thanks a lot as we get the latest on Jarrett, who has led 4 times today for a grand total of 71 laps.
Well, the people that just turned in and really hadn't watched auto racing a lot, when you hear somebody talking about loose or push, what they're talking about, when they say it's pushing, that means the front end of the car won't turn and it's losing grip on the front. And of course, when it's loose, the back end is trying to come around on the race cars.
There are the leaders heading back off into turn number 1. Tools are at the ready. Pit stops yet to come before the finish.
Reason for coming to Home Depot, number 1 is me.
Ooh, did I get you?
I use most of the equipment here myself. I can't think of any piece of power equipment here I don't use.
Don't worry, I like the tree.
So therefore, I feel comfortable talking to you, the customer, and telling you what you should be using. I have everything that you're going to need, no matter what size yard that you're taking care of.
Toro, Scott's, Black & Decker, Honda, Hula, Longboy.
This is my candy store. Got all my tools.
Wherever your kids want to go this summer, there's a Red Roof Inn nearby. Beaches, theme parks at a price that'll make everybody happy, especially you. Well, I'm lost. Anybody got a map? Call 1-800-THE-ROOF, where kids stay free and save money like you mean it.
May I take your order, please?
4 biggie fries and 4 biggie drinks.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wendy's Biggie Fries and Biggie Drinks are really big. The biggest you can get for 99 cents.
Here you go.
So be careful.
I was afraid of that.
It's flying time and crying time with the good guys and the bad. It's a smash up, crash up, best time you ever had. TNN, TNN, TNN Friday night.
There comes a point in your life when you outgrow those cute little pickups, at which time you might want to consider something a little more adult, a truck that can run rings around compacts. Dodge Dakota, with more room and more available towing, torque, and power. Magnum power. Dakota. It's time to put away the toys. J.D. Power & Associates has once again ranked Dodge Dakota most appealing compact pickup.
When it comes to getting your car or truck painted, whether it's time for a new look or due to an accident, it only makes sense to take your vehicle to an experienced, proven, reliable body shop. At High Tech Auto Body, Muller Lane in Newport News, we've satisfied over 7,000 customers. We'd like to satisfy you too. Or you could do it yourself.
We do it all in High Tech. We're High Tech Auto Body.
Lap 144 of 200 here at Pocono International Raceway. Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, the top 4. Same fellas will be in action on TNN on July the 11th, racing at the Magic Mile in Loudon, New Hampshire. Hope you can join us for the Jiffy Lube 300. That is Sunday, July 11th at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 Pacific, right here on TNN Motorsports. That is July 11th. That's a totally different racetrack from this one. That New Hampshire Oval. Lap 145 now. Mark Martin still showing the way. Oh, David Green slowing on the racetrack. We just saw the Kodiak Chevrolet as the leaders went by him.
He's got a long way to go before he gets to the pit area.
He does
wonder if he's under power, because if he's not, maybe he can find one of those little turn-off roads.
Yeah, there's a turn-off road. You see him turning in off the racetrack right there. That takes him out of harm's way as the race cars go by on the outside there.
They've got a lot of little infield roads that join up with the big triangular racing circuit. surface as part of their road courses and so on.
But he still has to make it back to pit road or a caution will come out because he's trying to get to the front straightaway here. He's barely moving.
So we'll keep an eye on that while we see Mark Martin looking back towards Jeff Gordon, just a tenth of a second back. Of course, Mark Martin only one win here in 1999. He had 4 at this point.
Just watching Jeff Gordon's car there is really balanced out pretty well right now. We were concerned about the right rear corner of that car being torn up a little bit.
Caution.
That does not seem to hurt it.
You see David Green sitting right there. Caution is on the speedway. 7th time. Lap 147. There's David Green's Kodiak Chevy. Now we're at lap 148 when the teams make their pit stop. Still cannot make it the distance.
I agree. I don't think they can. They're still going to have to do another pit stop after this one.
If they're going, like Steve told us, 38 to 40 laps, well, they'll be looking at 52. They certainly can't make it from that point.
That'll come down to a splash and go. I would imagine if they do that, nobody will change tires on the last stop. They'll just run in there, get a splash of fuel, and go at it.
Of course, you never know what's going to happen between now and then. As we ride with Robert Presley, who is 36 laps down now in 38th spot after spending a good bit of time in the garage area. He, of course, spun and brought out caution number 5 of the day back on lap 101. All the lead cars pitted 17 laps ago. They'll be coming in again at lap 148. And that'll leave them roughly 15 laps shy of the finish.
Yeah, that's still a long ways on this racetrack. And this is one racetrack you can't just say, I'm going to try to make it, because if you ever run out of fuel as you go by the start-finish line, you're toast for the day.
You just won't make it back. Absolutely cannot make it back.
And with no banking to keep the speeds up here, this is a long 2.5-mile layout.
What do you do now? Pit?
Oh, yeah. Got to at this point. David Green is now on pit road, and he is stopped near Victory Lane just to get out of everybody's way.
I bet Bobby Labonte's starting to hyperventilate a little bit because the 41 is just in front of where his pit stop.
But they're pushing the David Green car towards Victory Lane to open up all the pit road for everybody else.
Well, Bobby made it in. You can see him sliding the tires as he come into his pit stop there. Number 18 there I'm talking about.
Martin, Gordon, Bobby Labonte. You see the A1 steak sauce pit box. A1 steak sauce, the sizzle starts here, and those are some pretty sizzling pit stops. Good numbers. Ralph, what they do to Mark Martin? Routine?
Eli, it was pretty much routine, but they were talking about making an air pressure adjustment to the car. Just about a half pound in the right rear was all they wanted to do to the car. 4 tires of fuel, Glenn.
Ralph, we were down at Jeff Gordon's pits, and as I said the last time his car was loose, it was still just a little loose, so they were going to make an adjustment there. They put 1 can of fuel in, 4 tires. Steve?
Hey, Glenn, they did make a chassis adjustment to Bobby Labonte's number 18 car, but the biggest problem they had, David Green's car had stopped on pit road, blocking their entrance onto the into their pit box, and Jimmy Maycar talking to a NASCAR Winston Cup official right now, but tell you what, they were really upset about their entrance being stymied by the 41 car.
We had talked about the NASCAR officials did the best they could. There weren't many areas to place the car, so they pushed it towards the entrance to Victory Lane just to get it as much out of the way as possible. That was a no-win situation for everyone, as Green now, as you saw, goes to the garage. Well, Jimmy Maycar, Ray Evernham, and all the crews waiting to resume.
Draft beer is an extension of the brewery brought to you, and what I mean by that is beer in its most perfect condition. It's actually beer from a finishing tank at the brewery that is put into a keg. It's then kept refrigerated all the way to your local bar or restaurant. The result is a taste and a drinkability you'll find in no other beer. Draft beer is beer at its best, and there's nothing better than an ice-cold Budweiser Draft.
In the racing business, the right hardware at the right time can make the difference between winning and losing.
Get the toolbox that rocks at True Value. It's just $24.95 when you spend $20 or more on your Visa card at participating True Value hardware stores.
Your True Value is the official hardware store of NASCAR, IROC, and homes everywhere.
You know, my first racing days were pretty rough. With my wheels set so close together, I was always getting loose in the turns. Now that I'm trading paint with the big boys, wider is better.
With speed-sensitive steering, the White Track Grand Prix delivers precise control in the corners. No wonder it's been selected official pace car of NASCAR.
There's no getting around it. Wider is...
The White Track Grand Prix. Wider is better. By Pontiac.
This summer, if you can dream it up, Sonic can put it in a cup. We've got hundreds of drink flavors you can mix and match. Plus, our 44-ounce Route 44 big drinks. Enough choices to let your dreams run wild.
Sonic America's driving.
Got a noisy car? For $29.95, get our Economizer Plus muffler and our nationwide guarantee. Now $29.95. Go safely, go Midas.
TNN Motorsports live coverage of the Pocono 500 is being brought to you by the Wide Track Grand Prix by Pontiac. Wider is better. By Sonic, where we invite you to drive in for a change. And by Midas. Go safely. Go Midas. Back with you at Pocono International Raceway, 51 laps from the conclusion of the Pocono 500. There is Dale Jarrett all the way back in 10th spot after this series of pit stops. Don't forget, folks, NASCAR rocks. June 27th, Hartford, Connecticut. On to the Queen City on the Ohio. And to Baltimore and Washington and Virginia Beach, NASCAR rocks. Check it out. Tickets are available at locations near you. Houston, Texas. Check it out. It'll be a good time. We saw Dale Jarrett, Ralph, all the way back in 10th spot. What's the deal?
Eli, he came in, he took one round of wedge out of the car and took 1 pound of air out of the left rear as well. Now, Ward Burton, on the other hand, in the 22 car, he only took 2 tires. Jarrett took 4 egg fuel. He took right side tires and adjusted air pressures on the 22. Go ahead, Jarrett.
Well, Ralph, Dale Earnhardt made another big gain on pit road here. These guys cranked off another 15.25 pit stop, changing 4 tires, putting a can of fuel in the car, and also taking a round of bite out of the car. Dale's been fighting a tight condition all day. Also, the car that Dale owns, the car of Steve Park, moved way up in the field. He came in and took fuel and only 2 tires. Here's Steve Burns.
Hey, thanks, Glenn. Tony Stewart, the number 20, came in. He's also fighting a tight race car. They made a wedge adjustment to try and loosen him up, and obviously 4 tires for Tony Stewart.
Stewart, by 51 points, leads the NASCAR Winston Cup Rookie of the Year battle. Elliott Sadler is second, 51 points back, and Buckshot Jones not here this weekend, 116 back. And there you see in graphic form what the fellas were just telling you. Good deal for Jeremy Mayfield. A lot of pretty good pit stops being pulled off here today at Pocono International Raceway. Across the tunnel turn, we're a half lap away from going green. NASCAR here in the state of Pennsylvania, where they have raced since 1949. Remember that great circular 1-mile track, Langhorne Speedway?
Boy, that was a nasty, nasty joint. It was dirt, and the drivers would just set the cars sideways at the drop of the green flag, and they just stay sideways all the way around.
NASCAR even ran near Pittsburgh. A lot of folks might remember the old Heidelberg Speedway. Lee Petty won there outside of Pittsburgh.
And somebody named Buck Baker won at Langhorne, so yeah.
There you go. Got to stick up for your daddy here on Father's Day. Anytime.
Happy Father's Day.
I guess it's one to go, huh? All right, make cars off. You ready?
Mayfield seems like he's gotten that piece of debris off the hood.
What he has to contend with right now is some of these cars like Kyle Petty and a bunch of these cars that are a lap down right now have adjusted on their cars, and they're not that bad.
Final 49 laps of the day.
And here's how we'll find out how good 2 tires is as opposed to 4.
One more pit stop yet to come.
That is a great shot. Isn't it down there? Oh, man, you know, they call that a speed shot. You can see why. It's hard when you sit way back in the grandstand to get the impression of just how fast they're going, but that speed shot proves it. They're whistling through there.
You can see riding along there with Ricky Rudd. He was protecting that low line so nobody could get under him as he started for turn 3. You don't want to get caught on the outside there.
Every time that shot shows up, you see Tony Stewart looking for another spot.
Got to give him credit for trying. Watch Earnhardt there. You saw him dancing around trying to pass Labonte. Turn 1, problems. Michael Waltrip.
Oh, hard hit.
Michael Waltrip running in 15th spot on the lead lap.
Hard.
Boy, he gave that wall a hit. Again, that's a 200-mile-an-hour approach to that corner.
Eli, we always talk about safety. If you didn't have that rubber tank in the back with the fuel there, that would have been a huge fire just years back.
And look at Ted Musgrave on the lead lap running in 17. He, too, has a problem. He was off in the grass. So Jeremy Mayfield continues as the leader. They can look through. You see Michael moving around and climbing from the race car. And he tells the guy, okay, I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm just glad he didn't try to refire it. There was some seepage out of that tank. Ah.
Little pinball machine action there.
That's Bill Elliott there, it looks like, on the outside. They made a little contact.
And you see Musgrave there on the right after he got touched by Michael and ends up in the grass. And let's see what Michael does here. He's staring at someone. You could see he was kind of like the silver ball in the pinball machine. Things really got stacked up there.
Yep, he was going for a ride. Michael's career best finish was here in 1988, June of 88. Started 30th, finished 2nd.
The old Country Time Lemonade car. Remember that bright yellow car with the green lettering? But not today for Michael Waltrip. Let's watch again and see if we can pinpoint exactly who hit whom first.
Okay, they were real tight there. That's Bill Elliott right there. They made slight contact there. That got him up in the... Oh, man, I'm telling you right now.
Almost looked like Bobby...
Ted Musgraves came so close to T-boning Michael Waltrip.
And John
almost like Bobby Hamilton had checked up in front of Michael.
And did you see the 43 car? John Andretti right through again.
Well, Eli, you're running so close there. Somebody does that. I mean, there's no way to get to the brake before you're already back in the throttle at that point of the corner.
And they were just all stacked up there. Hard to point the finger at anybody, blame anybody for that one.
Yeah.
Michael Waltrip's machine up to the record. His car heavily damaged in a crash.
Jimmy Spencer unlapped himself, by the way. In all of that, he is now back on the lead lap in 23rd position.
Just because you're in front doesn't mean you sit back and watch the others try and catch up. If you can make a great thing better, you do it. And that's what they've done with new Mobil 1 Tri-Synthetic. That's a bit of a mouthful, but basically it means new Mobil 1 protects against engine wear better than ever before. Helps your anti-pollution gear work better too. For me, using anything less just isn't an option.
Nothing outperforms Mobil 1.
Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires. Now at Pep Boys, all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for only $99, and all 70,000-mile tires 4 for $169.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
Ice Sport. The scent of exhilaration from Aquavelva. Now available in new skin conditioning gel.
Tell Daddy what the race car does. You can do. Tell Daddy what the... What? Oh, boy.
Foul, dude, foul.
No, size 3, size 3.
Whoa.
Never get used to that smell. Okay, get back in there. Appreciate it.
The Die Hard 250, July 4th at 2 Eastern on TNN. Cleanup continues out in turn number 1 from the 8th caution of the day. Michael Waltrip with his problems. We're now, as you see on that big scoreboard, lap 154 of 200. Let's take a look again. First, the overhead. You'll see everything just stacks up.
Okay, you have cars that are right in front of the accident itself, right along here. That might have caused them to back off just a little bit. Bill Elliott makes contact with the 7 car, Michael Waltrip.
Now, Ricky Rudd was in there. Bill Elliott was in that mix. And let's see what Ricky saw.
Well, we lost so much back position. Oh!
Yeah. Now, Bill Elliott.
Boom. Wow.
Well, you heard the throttle. He was out of the gas, and I'm sure on the brake as well.
Well, it all happens that quickly when they're all working in one big pack of traffic. And Bill Elliott now coming in to make pit stops. We're at lap 156 now. Rich Bickle is in, Andretti, Jeff Green, Ricky Rudd, and Terry LaPonte all in, along with Bill Elliott, and we're watching being serviced by the drive-through crew. Remember, 38 to 40 laps. Well, 40 laps from now is 196 of a 200-lap race. We're getting close to this being a fuel mileage deal again.
Yes, it
here
is.
at Pocono.
That's a tasty-looking burger.
Yeah, it's a Whopper. Extra pickles.
Give you $5 for it.
10. No, 11.
$22.50.
50 cash money.
36F has a Whopper.
Did you say Whopper?
I'll double it.
I double is double.
I'll marry you.
Excuse me.
I'll let you fly the plane. I'll let you land it. Really?
When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Hey!
What are you doing up here?
So, you've been using 10-10-3-2-1?
What? Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Well, you should try to remember. You get 50% off calls over 10 minutes, every day, anytime.
Huh. I like that. But there's got to be a monthly fee, right?
Not with 10-10-3-2-1. Dial it, and you'll see the savings on your phone bill.
All right. I'll give it a try.
Cool. Hey, get away from my car!
Just dial 10-10-3-2-1.
This man has found that a 1966 Mustang is a finicky little lady. She demands love, devotion, and a 4-barrel Holly carburetor. At Advanced Auto Parts, it's our job to see that she gets the carburetor and any other hard-to-find part overnight. As for the love and devotion, well, let's just say there are some things we won't get involved with.
I travel light. I can pack everything I need into a weekend.
Ford Ranger, built Ford tough.
We are back still under caution, and we're all sitting here playing the numbers game in the booth. Lap 156 complete. They're working 157. Still have not gotten the one-to-go signal as the cleanup, you see, extensive in turn one after the Michael Waltrip accident. Somebody's going to try and go the distance here.
I've got a feeling you're right, Eli, and I'll tell you who it might be. We will be able to tell if anybody ducks in for fuel here in just a lap or two.
Michael Waltrip has just come from the infield care center. Let's get an update on him.
Well, Eli, Michael has a custom Happy Father's Day shirt, but it's not a very happy Father's Day for you. What happened?
It's a neat shirt, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Buffy and Macy made that. You know, restarts are tough. You just kind of stack it in there, and you know people are going to check up, and the guys in front of me checked up, I checked up, and whoever was behind me just, run over me wide open. Couldn't hit me any harder. It's just disappointing because we run 18th or 20th all day long. We worked on the car. We had it better and better. Phillips Electronics, Klausner Furniture, Phillips Light Bulb, Chevy finally was running. We got it toward the top 10. All that work, and now we're going to finish in the back. When you race steady and try to collect up points, these kind of things just kill you. And we didn't have a car capable of winning today, but we were smart. We were going to run close to the top 10 and then get taken out, man. It just breaks my heart.
Frustrating end to a good day for Michael Waltrip.
How was that?
Yeah, tough day for old Michael. Indeed, folks did check up around him.
Well, while we're into caution, let's see if we can talk to John Andretti. He just took a little bit of fuel there. John Andretti, Dick Berger, and the TNN. How you doing, John? Looks like you're ducking a whole lot of wrecks out there.
Right now, I think that's about all we're doing. We're trying to been playing for track position all day, just haven't been able to get it. It's been working on the car, and it's been getting better, but we'll see how it goes here at the end.
You just stopped for fuel, John. Can you go all the way?
No, I don't think so, but I don't think anybody can.
Okay, good luck, John.
Well, a lot of guys are going to come in and top off. All the leaders are coming down the pit lane to top off fuel as the field gets the 1 to go signal. Just fuel here. It'll be lap 158 when we come back. You're looking at around 42 to go, buddy.
Yeah, and I'm noticing the 18 car took on 4 tires.
They are taking on tires. Everybody else coming in for fuel. Jimmy Maycar and the boys going for tires. Gonna be close. Gonna be close. Of course, it might go out the window if we have another caution, but gonna be interesting to see.
And Steve Park picked up a couple of tires, so he's got fresh left sides on his race car now.
Glenn, we've heard from Steve talking about anywhere from 38 to 40 laps. How much of a fudge factor do you think there is in here?
Well, Eli, at this racetrack, because it's so long and it's so flat, I can't imagine there's more than a lap of the fudge factor. I don't know. These guys are they're stretching it an awfully long way. I've seen cars go 41 laps today, and I believe that the either the 20 or the 18 did go like 42 laps. So, you know, it's possible. You know, that the guys that came in, obviously they're thinking they can make it, particularly if they get another caution flag right away. But then that's going to allow those other guys to come in and top off too. So I don't know. It's a gamble anyway. It's going to be fun to see.
It is going to be fun to see. And of course, you're right. Bobby Labonte always gets great fuel mileage.
He does that. It starts right now when the green flag comes out. You have to think of taking care of the fuel on these race cars.
There you see pit stops again. Jimmy Fennick not as tickled this time as he and Jack Roush were last time after the pit stop. You see they're checking the overflow can, the catch can, to see what was in there. All right, here we go. Lap 158 will wrap up with that green flag from Rodney Wise. 41 laps to finish it. Everything's sorting out cleanly enough on this restart.
How about Darrell Waltrip in 5th place right now?
He had been just a lap or two before the leaders and taken on his fuel.
Yeah, Darrell came in at lap 157. The others came in at 158, so we got track position with that.
I don't care. It's nice to see Darrell Waltrip in fifth. I don't care how he got there.
Well, let me tell you something. He is a master of fuel mileage also. He knows how to stretch a gallon of fuel, so I wouldn't count him out yet.
And he's a master of strategy as well.
Hey, Ralph, what was the deal with Mark Martin's crew there?
Well, we're going to talk to crew chief Jimmy Fennick here and see if we can find out. Jimmy, can you really make it all the way?
Yeah, we should be good to go to the end.
Are you going to tell him to stop shifting or watch his shift to help conserve fuel now?
We're going to watch it near the end and see where we're running. But right now, we think we can go all the way.
It's going to be close, Eli.
It is going to be close. You see the cat car for Ward Burton. You saw him be bypassed there on the main straightaway. Settles in now behind Earnhardt, back in 10th and 11th spot.
Eli, was like something maybe in the shifting of the 22 car, or something went wrong because he pulled over. Now he's back up to full song.
We've seen guys miss shifts here in the past. You remember it vividly when Jeff Gordon lost the race and Terry Labonte was handed.
Something definitely happened to Burton's car. He was decidedly off the pace there for a little bit, but he seems fine now. Are we close enough?
I know one thing, Jeff Gordon and Johnny Benson right there were rubbing a little sheet metal down the front straightaway as Jeff Gordon tried to get that inside line on him.
Ralph, what are you hearing from Ward Burton? What was the deal there?
Just talked to crew chief Tommy Baldwin, said it popped out of gear real quick. He was able to shove it back into gear and he's good to go.
So there's the word on Ward Burton, and now as he starts scrambling back up in that car, has the horses to do it. He's going to challenge Earnhardt for 10th, with Skinner right behind him in the 31.
Yeah, so long as you didn't hurt the motor when that thing popped out of gear.
Exactly, because 9 out of 10 times when it pops out like that, the engine will go to 9,000 before you can get your foot back.
There's Dale Jarrett making a move around Darrell Waltrip, who's then shoved out of the way by his Tennessee neighbor, Sterling Marlin.
There'll be some Tennessee talk about that when this is over.
So. And now DW has to wait to find a spot to get back in line.
Well, he lost a lot of momentum by sliding out there, so it'll take him that full straightaway to get back up to full song again.
Steve, tough way for Waltrip to be rooted out there.
Yeah, and just a second ago, I talked to his crew chief, Felipe Lopez, to see if I could back up what Buddy Baker said about Darrell stretching the fuel mileage, and he said, hey, Darrell told me he's going to make it, so I believe him.
So do I. He's pretty good at it, I'll tell you. He won Daytona one time by stretching the fuel.
So Darrell Waltrip settles in line. He's back in 13th spot, but Jeremy Mayfield is up with team owner Michael Kranofus watching.
It knows 2 speeds. Stop and go. It just beat a series of the toughest stop-and-go driving tests in the world, and it's brand new. Go ahead. Guess. You have 4.3 seconds. Introducing Pennzoil with new Pure Base. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
Only on TNN. It's party time.
The biggest stars, the hottest cars, monster trucks, roller jammers, and a whole lot more from Walt Disney World. Hot Summer Nights Month, starting July 1st on TNN.
Remember this, a good deal on a used car is only as good as who you get it from. Why take chances with your money and your family's safety? Used cars, trucks, and vans from the people known for great service. The Tom Barton Signature Series. Toyotas, Plymouths, Hondas, Fords, Lincolns, Mercuries. Values you'll be happy with. Guaranteed. At the Barton Used Car Center in Suffolk.
Barton, Ford, Lincoln, Mercury.
Available at GEX in Hampton and Newport News.
Mr. Excitement in third, but not for long. Jeff Gordon just blows right by the Team Winston machine.
Yeah, but he's out there really fighting back right now, and he was a lap down. He made up a lap. You see Sterling Marlin moving in on him there in the 40 car, but Jimmy Spencer is putting up a valiant effort, and you know, he does not know what the future holds for him in Winston Cup right now.
Right, he's finished no better than 16th this year, Jimmy Spencer, at Talladega. Glenn, what's the story fuel-wise now on the lead cars? Remember how poor the fuel mileage has been for, I think Jeremy Mayfield has been coming in earlier than most everybody else.
That's right, Eli. That's why the 12 car did not pit on that caution to try to stretch the fuel. They were only getting 34 laps to the tank of gas. They were going to come up 10, 12 laps short, even if they tried to stretch the
Darrell Waltrip.
Oh, man.
Down there.
Hard hit for DW. 9th caution. Well, there goes all the question about fuel, because a chance for everybody to stop now, and clearly they can go the distance. You see Darrell moving around in the race car, but another hard hit, an unforgiving corner. When you fly into turn 1, 195 to 200 miles an hour. If you don't turn, there's that wall right in your face.
Well, I think probably he got a little help turning there because of the angle of the back of the car. It hit on the left rear corner. That means it went around and hit the outside wall.
So Darrell Waltrip, caution for the 9th time.
Another boy, all right.
And clearly, Glenn, this throws all fuel questions out the window now.
Well, it does essentially, but some of the guys are talking about staying out. The 24 car, Jeff Gordon, we just heard Ray Evans tell him to stay out. I suspect that Mark Martin will try to stay out as well. The 3 car of Dale Earnhardt, he says that he can make it all the way, so we'll just have to wait and see. Steve, what do you got?
You know, I talked to some of the guys on the 18 team here just a minute ago, Glenn. They said they should be all right. Now, they're all poised on pit wall like they're going to stop. Now, I don't know if they're bluffing or not, but they are poised at the ready in case they're going to stop the number 18. Ralph?
Well, the 88 really needed this pit stop. They were not going to be able to make it all the way on fuel, so they're going to bring Dale Jarrett in and fill him up with fuel now. The car seems to be fairly okay. They're pretty happy with that. Mark Martin's going to come in and make a half-pound right rear air adjustment on that car. Everybody with the cloud cover that is now rolled over the racetrack, everybody's car is now handling differently.
Darrell Waltrip, meanwhile, as you see, is out of the race car, but disappointed. Had himself a fine run going, and here in the last 15 minutes got rooted out of the running order by Sterling Marlin at one end of the track. And now the problems in turn 1. Let's see what we can see from Bobby Labonte's car.
Okay, that's Darrell Waltrip, Steve Park under him there.
Well, we didn't see it, but one would assume there was a shunt there, though we really couldn't see it clearly from Bobby Labonte's onboard camera. Darrell Waltrip was 5th on the last restart, but his day is going to end up in the garage. And here come the leaders. Here come the leaders. Most everybody else stays on the racetrack here at lap 167. Let's go to Glenn.
And Jeremy will come in. As Dale Jarrett needed his pit stop, so did the number 12 car of Mayfield. He absolutely could not make it. And when the caution came out, all these guys down here jumped for joy. So they will put 4 tires on the car, fill him up with fuel, and he'll be good to go the rest of the way. Here's Ralph.
4 tires of fuel for Dale Jarrett, pretty much as we figured they would, and they're done, and he is away.
So all those pit stops taking place at lap 167, but clearly you can see that many, including Bobby Labonte, electing to stay on the racetrack as they work through turn number 1. Mark Martin stayed on the racetrack.
Looked like he was coming in. Mark Martin just headed right to pit road, then either changed his mind at the last minute or he was faking, pulled back out again onto the racetrack.
Eli, they're using hardly any fuel at all around here under the caution. Anybody was even questionable as far as making it right now. The guys would rather have track position right now. That front bunch can make the distance.
Good point. Track position, always the magic words in NASCAR Winston Cup racing with 33 laps to go here at Pocono. We're going to come right back and continue our coverage of the Pocono 500. Little cloud cover. That's a wonderfully comfortable day for those fans and hopefully for you.
While these two trucks appear to be exactly the same, there is, however, one measurable difference. The brand of brake pads. Performance friction carbon metallic. The power to stop the best. Ask for them at AutoZone.
Hey there, from Plank Road. We're down here side by each in my custom bomb shelter, which of course is stocked with plenty of canned goods, and I'm not talking about lima beans, okay? I'm talking about the beer with the never watered down taste.
Ice house.
Yes. Down here, we have the freedom to do whatever our hearts desire.
This is awesome!
What can we say? Out here, our world is beer.
If this house could talk, it wouldn't tell you about the custom cabinets in each Fleetwood home, but about Coco and heart-to-heart talks. And it wouldn't go on about our wall-to-wall warranty, but about kids growing 2 inches in a year. Because at Fleetwood, we know the quality that counts most in a home is the quality of life inside. Fleetwood Homes, quality for life. Call 1-800-350-2300 for a Fleetwood Homes retailer near you.
This summer, if you can dream it up, Sonic can put it in a cup. We've got hundreds of drink flavors you can mix and match, plus our 44-ounce Route 44 big drinks. Enough choices to let your dreams run wild.
Sonic America's driving. This Father's Day, imagine how thrilled Dad will be to wake up to Mach 3. New from Gillette. Give him the best. The first triple blade razor for a shave he'll never forget. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Caution for Darrell Waltrip's accident in turn number 1. Pretty well used up that big Kmart Ford.
That's a big wreck, is what that is.
It is. I have to put it on the rollback, on the flatbed, to get it off the racetrack. Well, fuel, again, should not be a factor now, as we've heard from all the guys on pit road. The marks, those yellow markers, are the fellows who did not make a pit stop. See how they moved up accordingly by staying on the racetrack. Ralph, a lot of rolling of the dice down there, but I guess you don't just want to give up track position.
Well, that's exactly right, Eli, and that's why the 6th car decided to stay out. Mark Martin's car is not handling exactly the way they would like. They would love to have brought him in and made an air pressure adjustment, as we talked about. They thought they were going to do that. The car is getting a little bit tighter. As I mentioned before, huge cloud cover now moving over the speedway has tightened up a lot of the race cars. But Mark is running in 4th. They don't want to give up that track position. Glenn Jarrett?
The Ralph, track position is exactly what Jeremy Mayfield and Dale Jarrett lost a lot of. They came in running 1-2. They came out running, the 12 car is now in 12th. The 88 is all the way back to 16th. There's only going to be about 30 laps left to go when the green flag flies. It's only about 75 miles. They got a lot of ground to make up. But the determining factor was they had no choice. They had to stop for fuel.
Well, let's find out exactly what happened down there in turn 1. Darrell Waltrip is out of the care center. Steve?
Yeah, I just walked out of the care center, but it doesn't look too happy. What happened, DW?
Oh, I don't know if he's a rookie anymore or not. You think somebody, I helped as much as I did park, he wouldn't have run into the back of me, but he just ran there in the corner and left me off the ground, spun me around. Ended my day. It's frustrating. I kind of minded my manners and stayed out of trouble all day, and, you know, we had the fuel mileage thing figured out. We wasn't going to have to stop again, and sometimes people with fast cars don't do too good.
Tough day for the 3-time champion.
It really is, especially as well as he was running. But fuel mileage, always a story whenever you prepare for a race in Pocono. We asked a few of the crew chiefs about fuel mile strategy.
Well, you know, you got to start figuring fuel strategy from the drop of the green flag. The thing about it is 200 laps,
break it up into 4 segments. That's 50 laps. Nobody can really run 50 laps.
Again, it's not a big secret thing. We look at every aspect of what it takes to get fuel mileage. That's engine efficiency, burning all the fuel through carburation, a good tuned carburetor, good efficient motor, the gear ratio that we select for the RPM range, and how the car's set up comes into a big play.
You follow the 18. You follow the 18. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook a chain onto the 18. I'm going to watch them this week, see how they get their fuel cell in the car and everything, and I'm just going to follow the 18 all week until the last lap.
Great idea for Frankie Stoddard. Unfortunately, his driver, Jeff Burton, involved in an accident way back on lap 2, and he is running in 39th spot, some 40 laps down. But you're right, he can do a whole lot worse than following the 18 of Bobby Labonte when fuel is part of the equation. Rodney Wise says, let's get back at it. 29 laps to settle the Pocono 500. Look at Kenny Wallace shooting way out right.
Yeah, they're 4 wide back there. I will tell Jeff Gordon only one thing. That 23 car of Jimmy Spencer behind him, he's hungry at this point in his racing career. And if he can catch him, he better stand on it. That's all I can tell you.
Spencer's lost his sponsor. There's some question as to where he's going to run next year, who's going to be able to drive for. He said, my hat is in the ring. This is a great way to get your hat noticed.
Hasn't won since July of '94 in Talladega. 148 races ago, Jimmy Spencer.
Tony Stewart there on the move in the 20 as they get under Johnny Benson going down in the corner.
Well, he passed a whole bunch of cars again on the green flag, dropped way down low, went by a lot of them.
He's 7th, Stewart is. You see those clouds that the guys are talking about rolling in overhead after brilliant sunshine earlier.
And you hear guys talking about the race cars getting much, much tighter. That means that the back wheels are actually getting better traction. Here comes Jimmy Spencer.
Spencer, in front of the Pennsylvania fans, has them standing. Spencer wants the lead.
Well, I'm going to bet you he gets the lead going in this tunnel turn.
He's got it.
Mr. Excitement. Oh, get together. Listen to the fans here at the Poconos. They are eating it up.
Oh, yeah.
The homeboy is leading.
Well, they watched this guy run modifieds here. They watched his father run modifieds all over Pennsylvania. They love Jimmy Spencer.
The crowd is deafening here. I think everybody's up to greet him as he comes by leading the race.
It's also an underdog situation. Jimmy Spencer's best finish here in a Winston Cup car, 4th in 93.
But Mark Martin says, I love you, but I may have to spoil your party.
Yeah. Jimmy Spencer fighting back. It's a great drive coming up down the Long Pond straightaway back into the lead.
Yep, Spencer says, not so quickly. The Spencer family legendary in these parts.
Sterling Marlin doing very well in 3rd place here in the 40 car, but look at Dale Earnhardt making a drive towards the front.
The Spencer family legendary in a lot of places.
Yes, they are. Patriarch Ed Spencer won a bunch of races here in Pennsylvania and other parts of the country in modifieds.
You know, we talked about John Andretti just a little while ago. He's moved all the way up to 5th place in the 43 car.
Yeah, here comes the 18.
Bondi and Jeff Gordon at 6th and 7th spot. Into turn 1. This is going to be fun to watch.
It's fun right now. It really is. This is a good race.
Labonte for 5th.
On the inside, Andretti just moves right on by. Jeff Gordon right now is really having a battle as Tony Stewart now moves on in. He has lost about 4 or 5 spots, Eli, in the last 3 laps.
Remember Spencer starting in 40th. Remember, he also was black flagged earlier today. Lap 51 had to make an unscheduled stop to check the lug nuts on the tire.
Boy, what an upset it would be if he could win. Oh, boy.
You see Terry Labonte's numbers starting 27th. folks, don't count out Dale Jarrett, who restarted 16th. He's up to 9th now. While we're watching this battle for the lead, Jarrett very quickly moving up to the front. He's 2.4 seconds back. You see him right there in the 88, very much in the picture now.
Yeah, he's looking him over right now. This car is absolutely flying with 4 fresh tires, as you just said. You see John Andretti couldn't even put up a battle there as he just drove right up under him. A lot of power in that number 88 as he moves in on Tony Stewart now.
And those tires are a big help.
I can tell you this, if they get by the 23 of Jimmy Spencer, they will earn every inch of the real estate that they use to get by him, because he is one of the most tenacious drivers that's ever been behind the steering wheel.
A lot of nervous folks around the Poconos now trying to figure out exactly who's doing what. They go around Wally Dolan back. Father's Day, there's Ed Spencer.
Yeah, Jimmy's dad.
And Ed Spencer can outrun 80% of the people that's out there right now. Tremendous driver.
It's quite a shot with the Pocono in the background, the American flag over the top of his head. Come on, Jimmy.
Come on, son, you can do it.
You can tell he's pulling for him. Ed Spencer's in every one of his son's races.
They were trying to figure out how many dirt track races Ed Spencer had won, and they just give up after a while. He just won a ton of them.
The whole family, brothers, cousins, all involved in racing. Wally Dallenbach's taking the Budweiser car to the garage. If you're keeping tabs on him after the early accident today, Wally's going to park it. He's in 38th spot, done for the day.
He made a whole bunch of pit stops recently and just decided that's it.
Yeah.
Bobby Labonte making a move on Earnhardt as they head down towards the last turn there. Number 3 makes the pass.
Got the pass.
He's got it.
So Labonte now in 4th. Earnhardt back to 5th. Gordon in 6th.
Earnhardt's had a good run today, though, hasn't he? He really has been strong all day long. With a race car they thought this morning was not going to be all that good.
Dale's run this racetrack well at times, and at times it has not been a good one for him. As you see, Tony Stewart powering with Jarrett. That's 7th and 8th spot. Just tuning in, Jimmy Spencer is the leader. Took the lead from Gordon at lap 172 with this maneuver.
Okay, they're looking down the back straightaway. Jimmy Spencer in the 23 there pulls even as they head down Long Pond straightaway. Now this is a one-groove racetrack going into the tunnel turn. Watch Jimmy Spencer just stay in the throttle. Jeff Gordon on the outside, he says, I'm not worried. 8 tires work better than 4.
And that was lap 172 as Spencer took the lead. But he does have a snarling group right behind him. Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, Bobby Labonte and Earnhardt, Gordon Stewart, Jarrett and Andretti.
Mark Martin looking to
give up that inside like that.
Yeah, but say one thing about the 23 car that Jimmy Spencer had. It seems to run well up out of the corner on the high side of the racetrack.
3rd spot, swap it around, give it to Bobby Labonte. He'll grab it away from Sterling Marlin.
Remember, Labonte has got 4 fresh tires as he heads to the front.
He came in at lap 168. And took on the Goodyears.
Saw that gear shift lever in Labonte's car in what's supposed to be 3rd gear position. He'll drop her down into overdrive at the 4th, coming down the front straightaway. Look at that.
Ed Spencer, he's working harder, I think, than Jimmy, or at least as hard.
Oh, yeah. I hope he can't talk to Jimmy with that radio.
Well, that'd be quite a Father's Day gift if he could win with his father here like that. I tell you, that's a very special time in a race driver's career when your dad's here to be with you and run the circle and everything.
Yep.
Oh!
Look at this scramble for second.
Taking all the racetrack, and of course the car in front does have the advantage of being able to take the race to the line.
Steve, I don't know if you have an eyeball on Ed Spencer, but he's doing quite a dance for us on the TV screen.
Well, Eli, he's right behind me. I've known Big Ed, as they call him, for a long time. And I asked him if he talked to us, and he just shook his head and said, I'm too nervous to talk. And as Buddy said, he's one of the greatest racers in this part of the country, or the country for that matter. Great modified racer.
One of the very best. 6th place is a good scramble ongoing as well. You've got the 20 of Tony Stewart, the 24 of Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett.
Well, I tell you, since the clouds got on this racetrack, Jeff Gordon has really had to fight to keep his positions there. Tony Stewart got sideways there coming out of the corner.
That could have been a big wreck right there. Nice job, guys.
Meanwhile, the laps is not counting down quickly enough for the front bunch.
Jarrett keeps trying to get by Tony Stewart. He's tried him lap after lap and just can't get past him.
We've got a breakaway for 60 seconds, and we're coming right back to resume the story. Everybody watching, Donnie Wingo, Ray Evernham, waiting for this one to finish.
Wet car polish provides a rich, deep shine. But why does NASCAR winner Mark Martin use Eagle One products?
You always want to look your best.
Eagle One. Are you ready for the attention? Free Hot Wheels with every purchase of Eagle One wet polish and wax while supplies last.
Hey, did you get them brakes at Pep Boys?
Yeah, I did.
I appreciate it.
Get quality parts and brake service from just $79.99.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
A Ford. Then the Pontiac. That's a good battle for the lead. Welcome back to Pocono. Jimmy Spencer, Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte. Labonte might still be the quickest car on the racetrack.
Absolutely. As he moves to the inside of the 6th car there, Mark Martin, he's a rocket ship down the straightaway. Jimmy Spencer has some more problems to deal with.
Remember Dover with the fuel mileage. Jimmy Maycar's brilliant pit strategy. Here they brought him in for 4 tires. Jimmy Maycar again has put his driver in position to win another Winston Cup race.
Listen as he comes off the corner towards the straightaway. Jimmy going to the inside, weaving back and forth there. You don't want to give Bobby Labonte a long run where he has time to think about how to pass it.
Got a lot of laps to keep him back there.
That might be some trouble for Bobby Labonte right there. I noticed the car took off out to the outside groove just then. He drove it in awfully hard, but look at the straightaway speed.
17 laps from the finish. Stewart inside of Earnhardt for 6th.
And Dale Jarrett goes right along with him as Earnhardt loses 2 spots getting in the tunnel turn over there.
All of these little storylines unfolding behind Jimmy Spencer. And no one has ever come further from the back to win than potentially Spencer would today, starting 40th. You see Labonte just sliding up a little bit.
Couldn't keep it down there.
One thing they have right now is a taller rear spoiler, and they've had in a long time. Even though the front part of the race car is closer to the racetrack, I have heard people say that behind another car, if you're a certain amount of distance back, you get a little front-end lift because of all the rear spoiler these cars have.
Bobby Labonte is probably quicker, but getting by Spencer is going to be a handful and a half.
How do you say take a bone from a pit bull? I don't think so. It's going to be tough.
Oh, problems for Bill Elliott. We're riding with him, and smoke you can see behind the car. Tough break for Bill Elliott in 22nd spot and faltering now. Yeah, you hate to see that. He had a good day going.
Yeah, he pulled off on the return road there. Get out of the racing groove, so there shouldn't be any moisture or anything in the racing groove itself.
Brother Ernie says, just give us a little time. The crew is still green. He says, give us 4 more races, and you're really going to see some action out of Bill Elliott's team.
You see the red light on there?
Yeah, the red light, that means there's no power right then. There's no,
Spencer just bounced her off the wall.
Yep, that's all she took. Unfortunate. Caution.
Maybe there was a little bit of oil.
On the speedway. Caution on the speedway. Ed Spencer looking on. Jimmy gets back in line. It happened right around the spot where Bill Elliott had problems and pulled off the racetrack. Caution. Lap number 185.
Eli, you're exactly right. Going down the back straightaway, the 94, Bill Elliott had his problem. He tried to get over as far as he could, but on that particular corner, the tunnel turn itself, you run right on the bottom of the racetrack.
And this is only the 4th race in Pocono history with 10 or more cautions. The record is 13 from a decade ago. This is the 10th caution flag of the afternoon. Unbelievable. Watch it again. You'll see what happened. Spencer, wide.
Just touched it.
Just did touch it.
I'll tell you, I was watching the cars behind him, though, and I didn't see anybody else get sideways. He just looked like he went in there very, very hard and got in the gray part of the racetrack and slipped up towards the outside wall.
Did a good job of saving it, but he lost 2 spots in the mix.
Well, Steve Burns, that's a heartbreaker.
I just spoke to Travis Carter, the owner of this team, Eli, and he said that Jimmy had radioed in and said that he got into some oil or some kind of liquid. You know, don't know if that came off of Bill Elliott's car, but anyways, he said he did get into something slippery on the racetrack.
Well, there's your answer.
There you see they're putting the Speedy Dry down.
You see how close to the inside of the racetrack they're putting that stuff down. I mean, Bill got over as far as he could, but wow.
So we're under caution, and Ed Spencer sees what could have been a wonderful day potentially end in the Pocono wall.
You're watching TNN, America's country home. TNN, America's country home.
Nothing beats the excitement of NASCAR. And now, when you watch NASCAR on TNN, you can win a free trip to a NASCAR Winston Cup race and a chance to win a Ford truck. Hi again, everybody. I'm Eli Gold. Be sure to enter the TNN Pedal to the Metal NASCAR Sweepstakes. Here's how it works. Watch the Pocono 500 on TNN Sunday, June 20th, live from Pocono Raceway. On a postcard, write down who's leading at the halfway point. Send it in with your name, address, and phone number to TNN Pedal to the Metal NASCAR Sweepstakes. TNN Station, P.O. Box 3582, Southbury, Connecticut 06488. Or enter online at country.com. If you win, you're going on an all-expense-paid VIP trip to see the Jiffy Lube 300 in Loudon, New Hampshire. You'll also be eligible to win the grand prize, an F-150 Ford truck. Don't forget, watch the Pocono 500 on TNN, and maybe you'll put the pedal to the metal in a 99 Ford truck. Brought to you by Ford and the Mississippi Board of Tourism. Under caution here at Pocono International Raceway, the 10th caution of the day at lap 185. We're now at 187, just 13 from the finish. Hey, folks, coming up Friday night on Roller Jam, the California Quakes. You know, the Bod Squad. They'll be taking on their arch rivals, the Florida Sundogs. See who survives Friday night, 9 Eastern and Pacific. Roller Jam right here on TNN.
Florida Sundogs?
Yeah, I like the Bod Squad, though.
I like the Enforcers. They got a great name.
Hope you folks tune in. Roller Jam Friday nights here on TNN. Well, Ralph, Bobby Labonte got him.
He did, Eli, and I just spoke to his crew chief, Jimmy Maycar, to ask him what the situation is with the car. He says they're not hearing anything back from Bobby. They do not know if the car is tight or loose. He hasn't commented at all. The only thing they're sure of is that they have enough fuel. Glenn Jarrett?
Well, Ralph, that's exactly the question right now for Mark Martin as well. But Jimmy Finning, Mark's crew chief, told Mark to stay on the racetrack and follow the 18, do exactly what the leader did. So they're still pushing it. They're still cutting it close, but they could not give up track position. Meanwhile, Dale Jarrett made that impressive run up after that pit stop a while ago. Now the car has developed a very severe push, and so he's just having to fight and get a position whenever he can. They wanted to stop, but again, couldn't give up track position.
1 to go is the signal from atop the flag stand. You see Rodney Wise putting one finger in the air and waving the unfurled yellow. That's the 1 to go signal.
Eli, I was watching Jeff Gordon. He dropped all the way back to 9th spot wrestling that race car, and as he ran along, the racetrack come back to him, and he's all the way up to 4th now.
What a run Bobby Labonte is having in the last few weeks. You think about it, last week he was 5th at Michigan. He won Dover, 2nd at Lowe's, 3rd at Richmond, 3rd at California, 4th at Talladega. They are good everywhere. Top 5 virtually everywhere. Lead virtually everywhere. This is the stuff of which championships are made.
And they were kind of concerned about Pocono because historically it's not been a good track for Bobby. Only top 10 in 12 previous visits here was 4th last July.
But they learned something in that 4th, and they plugged that into this race car, and look at where it's gotten them.
And I'll tell you something else. They got a lot from Tony Stewart coming up here testing also. That's the value of 2 cars that tested.
Good point. Good point. 12 laps from the finish. Field forming up on the Long Pond straightaway, heading to the tunnel turn. Have a lengthier race than usual at Pocono. Always do, because caution laps here take, forever.
Eli, it takes a long time when you're qualifying here to get around this racetrack, and when you think about 52, 53 seconds to get around here full song, you can imagine when you're out there running behind a pace car how long it takes.
Yeah, we've had 43 caution laps already.
Yeah, but we've needed that to catch our breath today. I mean, there's been so much stuff going on, especially at the front of the back. It's not so bad to just sort of be able to settle back, take it all in, and get ready to go again.
It's amazing. 1 week ago, Glenn, not a single caution. And now 43 laps worth here this afternoon.
Yeah, there have been a lot of cautions that's really jumbled things up. We've had an exciting race, but one thing we're hearing right now from a lot of the contenders, Mark Martin, as I told you, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon's car, not like he wants it. There's a big cloud cover right now. The temperature has dropped down probably 8 to 10 degrees. It's very, very cool. That has tightened these race cars up. Here we go for the green flag.
11 laps to settle the Pocono 500. Let's see how badly that little touch to the wall damaged Jimmy Spencer's car, whether he can get around Mark Martin or Bobby Labonte. But he has to deal with Jeff Gordon first.
Yeah, Jimmy Spencer's looking to the inside of Mark Martin right there as Jeff Gordon pulls to the outside, and they head down the back straightaway side by side. Looks like Jeff Gordon got the jump.
So Spencer settles in 4th. Bobby Labonte by a couple of car lengths. Let's see what Spencer's got. Look at Jarrett. Here's Marlin in the 40. Jarrett in the 88.
There's the leading charge into and through turn number 3.
Bobby Labonte taking off.
Look at Dale Jarrett on the outside on Marlin there, trying to make that pass coming off the corner. He passed him on the outside, so the car must be down there pretty good for Dale Jarrett.
Mike Skinner just nudged the wall coming out of the corner a moment or so ago. He has continued on. Skinner, and there was a little tire smoke we just saw as he came off that corner. That was that puff of smoke you saw. He must have caved the sheet metal in. There, you see it right there. That's tire smoke off the right rear. Skinner back in 21st spot now.
Running a very high line, and the right front wheel looks like it's out under the fender there a little bit. He's got a lot of damage to that car.
So he'll be coming in to make a pit stop here. Matter of fact, his number's up on the board. He'll be black flagged by NASCAR. Here's a good move for Jarrett. He and Spencer battling.
Spencer getting that great great drive back on that high line as he heads down the back straightaway there.
Jimmy's got some horses under the hood.
Yeah, he does. And he is running high when he comes out of that corner. He is using every inch of racetrack.
Yeah, but he used the wrong line down the back straightaway there. He got caught on the outside, had to back out, and Jarrett took the spot.
All of this is 1.5 seconds behind the leader, Bobby Labonte.
Here comes Kyle Petty in 44. He's running very, very fast right now, but
Kyle is not on the lead lap. He's a lap down at 22nd.
I'd speculate that Jimmy Spencer probably damaged the car when he brushed the wall up there. Maybe the toe end knocked out a little bit. The car's not driving like it did before he got in the wall.
Been a while since we've seen a Pontiac up front near the end of a race here at Pocono. There's the Ford of Martin in second and the Chevy of Gordon running third. This would be the first Pontiac win here since Kyle back in June of '93. There you see it right on the screen. Caution on the speedway. The short shoot from turn 2 to turn 3. You've got Ward Burton there. You saw Kenny Irwin on the grass.
Wow, man, a lot of damage to Ward Burton's car.
Caution for the 11th time, lap 193. A whole bunch of guys there up against the inside. John Andretti didn't miss that wreck.
No, he got caught in that one. Ward had a good run today until this.
You saw Irwin, you saw Andretti. Well, that's a heartbreaker, too. 7 laps from the finish. Now, as long as it takes to get around here under caution, we should be able to get that area cleaned up by NASCAR. We see Johnny Benson involved as well. Let's go to Glenn.
And Ward Burton was also involved. The whole nose is caved in on the Pontiac. There is mud, grass, dirt, and water all coming from the front of this car. He is really bashed in. I have to suspect that the water we're seeing is coming out of the radiator. With all that damage, he would have had to have functioned something there. So a tough break. He had a good race car all day long. Got caught back in that traffic, and looks like this might be the end of it for the day.
Eli, that's definitely the radiator, and what happened there, it hit so hard it just shoved it right back into the motor. Look at John Andretti's car. The rear end housing turned completely left in it.
They're going to have a real tough time trying to square that up.
I mean, as long as it'll take to make a few caution laps here, there's not enough time certainly to fix a radiator for Ward.
No, I don't think so. It's really pushed back there, and all the water's running out of it, so it'll tear the motor up. They're pushing it back towards the pits as we speak.
Yeah. Johnny Benson is on pit road, too, and his car not tracking well. He has that flat that you see, but it's a lot worse than that. He's going right to the garage area. So Johnny Benson going to park it. See what happened there on the short shoot. Banking off the wall.
Ward Benson tangled together. See John Andretti backed it into the wall.
We'll see what Kenny Irwin saw here. Let's watch. It was already taken place. We saw him go through the grass.
Wow.
You hear the car bottom.
Yeah, it's bottoming out. We go through the grass and we hit the table, and then it hit the paved part over there and jumped, squall, and carry on as he went across through there.
So, the attrition list really growing now. Rusty Wallace, Joe Nemechek, Dave Marcus, Dick Trickle, David Green, Michael and Darrell Waltrip, Wally Dallenbach, Bill Elliott, Ward Burton, and Johnny Benson, all in the garage. And remember this, folks, that Ward was one of only 3 drivers with no DNFs this year. He's been around at the finish of all the races, along with Schrader and Bobby Labonte, and it looks as though that little exclusive club will be down to just a couple of members when this day ends. Jimmy Fennick's drivers, Mark Martin, they're in second with the laps winding down.
Hey, come on! With just moments before the new millennium, the dreaded Y2K bug still threatens worldwide bank disruption and computer failure.
Introducing Polaroid Pop Shots, the 10-shot, one-time use instant camera. Polaroid Pop Shots. See what develops.
To reach the outer edges of the universe, man fills the sky with radio signals. It's an efficient way to communicate long distance.
But this one costs 99 cents. Dial 1010-220 and all your long-distance calls up to 20 minutes cost only 99 cents. And only 10 cents for each minute over 20. Any day, anytime, anywhere within the U.S. and to Canada. No fees, no sign-up. Just dial 1010-220, then 1 and the number, and talk up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents.
I never thought when my son moved away that I wouldn't see him for 3 years. It's just a tractor for my grandson. But this trip I wasn't going to miss.
He's sleeping.
This is for when he's older. My son had built his own life.
Hey, Dad.
He got a John Deere.